Oops. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the stream. Vegas Bear here, as always, flying solo today. Mekumon is MIA. But that is A-OK. With everything he's been going through, he deserves a break. They fucking manhandled my sandwich. What the hell? It is Friday today. And y'all know what that means. It's time for some Fallout. So, if memory serves, we are in Operation Anchorage.
The mining town is now secured. Can do. Missile. You got it, sir. No problem. Yes, sir. On our way. We'll wait for you by the listening post.
So yeah, we started Operation Anchorage.
The listening post is up ahead, sir. What? Yes, sir. We'll...
And we finished the introductory mission and the Chimera Depot. So now we just have the listening post and one more mission, I think, to do before the finale of Operation Anchorage. Oh, damn, out of ammo. The bathroom's out of order. I almost feel sorry for him. Oh, damn!
Oh! Get it.
Motherfucker.
Plenty more where this came from. Area clear. Let's move out.
I was not expecting that. That. Oh shit! I didn't realize how close to death I was. Benji, how about you take the lead? And the Gauss rifle's out of fucking ammo. Fuck.
Get away. Over there. Over there.
Shit. Holy shit.
Eliminate.
We're on time too. Oh, this really does feel like an older FPS with the health pickups and everything. I'm so used to games like Fallout or Call of Duty, like modern Call of Duty, where you either have health stuff or you just wait for the screen to stop being so bloody.
Where this came from. Aha! attacking the listening post as ordered, sir. I'll give you a new update when the objective is complete. That should be the last of them. And the last of the bombing runs on our guys, thanks to you. I'm gonna order our men back to the field HQ. See you there.
Operation Anchorage.
Carry on, soldier. You've hit the targets. Now the only thing left is the refinery. Good luck.
Huh.
Sir.
What did you need, soldier? I'll just take care of all your old gear for you, and here are the new ones.
We'll crush the commies soon, won't we, sir? Those commies don't stand a chance, sir. Sir. All right. Now it's just you and me. Let's go take down the pulse field.
Sir. Sir. Sergeant wants to speak with you.
All right. Now it's just you and me. Let's go take down the pulse field.
All right, we got pulse field to take care of. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh my God!
Sir.
Woo! Holy shit! course it crashes. Why wouldn't it crash? It's not a Bethesda game unless it crashes. Seriously, the day they make a game that doesn't crash is the day that the stars align and Ezekiel's horn starts blowing. You know what?
Sir.
I'll just fucking stick with what I got. Because who knows? Maybe the crash was caused by me having gear I wasn't supposed to have.
Sir.
Get your head down! Oh! Oh, this dumb motherfucker.
Nothing noteworthy to report, sir.
You just got shot!
Oh! Am I glad to see you?
Oh boy. Die, you bastard! Better be healthier. Oh, Jesus. Oh shit. Why is it suddenly getting dark? Let's assume. What's his face be here with me? Benji?
Nothing noteworthy to report, sir. Sir.
Sir.
All right. Sir, now it's just you and me. Let's go take down the poster.
I think it's time to show those red bastards what the U.S. Army is all about.
Sir.
Alright, now Benji's coming with.
Sir. Sir.
I feel like we broke the
Nothing
game.
noteworthy to report, sir.
I feel like we really broke the game. You're quite literally taking fire because you are on fire.
Opening.
Come on. Is that all you got? I'm gonna push out. All targets eliminated. Firing.
Out.
All targets eliminated.
You took several missiles to the face. You okay, Benji?
Drop those red. Engaging target. Oh! Weapon cocked. Oh! Ah!
Damn.
Oh! Medic! Oh! Ah! Oh! Taking fire! Ah! Ah! I'm in shock! Ah! Oh! 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 Ah! Oh! 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 Over there! Yeah. That's how we do things in my hometown. Get out of my
I think it's about time I use some of these. How did he not see me?
I live.
Oh, thank God you're here.
Oh, that is never a good sign. What's up?
I've been bombarded with, flame troopers.
Freaking Enclave.
It's the Chinese.
It's going to be the Enclave in a while.
Also, Benji took like 5 missiles to the face, and he's okay.
God, I love Fallout 3.
So yeah, we are on the field pulse, or pulse field mission. Oh, wait, that's one of ours.
So you're preparing for the final push, then?
Yep. We're almost done with Operation Anchorage.
It's good that you maxed out your stat, because if you want to avoid one of the most painfully lost boss fights in Fallout, you're going to need to pass a pretty difficult speed check.
I am aware. So what the hell am I
This is
doing?
more for the convenience of the audience.
Grenade! Oh shit! Grenade!
I thought you legit wanted an effect.
It's bouncing off the wall! The digital wall!
You do know that you could just target the guy with that to throw the grenade that way.
I'm pretty sure it would still bounce off the wall. Actually, I think the bullets are still doing that. This guy's not even shooting at me. See that?
Then pass it by and move on.
I would if all the others would. Oh, no, wait. This is the pulse field. I have to do this alone.
Wait, who the hell are you?
Do it! Make your dreams come true!
Good thing for us both, Good thing for us both, I woke up with the silly, please. I legitimately almost forgot you had that weapon.
Yeah, I have not been using it as much as I should have. Should be.
Well, you're using it now, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
This, like, genuinely, if you pair this with the right person, you can lock super mutants into a stun loop. It's hilarious to watch super mutants get, like, perma ragdolls.
Wait,
By the time they're getting back up, you've already reloaded.
how am I getting radiation poisoning? I can't even heal it because I'm having it rat away.
This is Montgomery, the field HQ. We are go for the attack. Send in the tin cans. I repeat, we are go.
Oh my! they weren't running until I zoomed in on them. They looked like they were skating on the ice.
And they just poofed out of existence when they moved too far away.
Yep.
Over there. Yeah. Come on. Is that all you got?
You got 2 shots.
And
Make it count.
I used them all.
Well, you certainly made the count. That's one less turret your buddies need to worry about.
Yep.
And we'll get a sneak preview of my favorite melee weapon from this DLC in just a moment. Yep, there it is.
You've already lost, General. Don't throw away your dignity. The fighting's over.
That'll do, soldier. Stand down.
Sir, yes, sir.
With the General's death, our boys can secure this refinery and be on their way to Anchorage proper. You've helped pave the way for taking the city back from the Reds, soldier. Good work. That'll complete this portion of your training. Report to your superior for debriefing in your next assignment. Dismissed!
Also, sir, don't think I didn't notice that your uniform is eerily similar to that of the Enclave.
Oh!
Making it through that simulation. All you have to do now is open the armory. And as agreed, you get your share. Feel free to take whatever you want. If our records are right, there's plenty for all of us.
Okay, cool. Let me just throw up in a bucket first. Ugh.
AJ says, I wonder how people from China think about this game.
I was
Did we have
wondering.
this conversation? I feel like we've had this conversation.
Yes, we have. I was wondering the exact same damn thing.
Well, ultimate motion sickness.
Yeah, being.
On the plus side, the radiation poison you contracted inside the simulation didn't continue out of it, so
That's
you
good.
don't need to waste any of your rat away.
Oh, look. A dead Gary.
Oh yeah. There's some storytelling to be found if you look through the terminals and such.
They were trying to get.
They killed him trying to get his Pip-Boy.
Yep. And in the end, the Pip-Boy didn't work, I think.
Because these are the days where they were biometrically locked. The only person who could actually remove it was the person wearing the Pip-Boy or someone with the appropriate tools in order to perform maintenance. Otherwise, that thing is basically stuck on you for life. And will only work if it's attached to you.
Great. Another local.
Hey.
Good to see you again.
Hello, beautiful.
Normally, I'd never
I
consider
love
this,
that suit of
but I
power armor.
probably wouldn't be allowed. Will be.
Also, I just going to, like, I know you know what's coming, but for the sake of entertaining the audience, I was saying it anyway. I would advise putting that power armor on immediately once you pick it up, because crap's about to hit the fan.
I don't have any power armor training.
Yes, you do. You got it automatic by completing the simulation.
Okie dokie.
Seriously, check the perks on your Pip-Boy. It should be there. This is why I do this literally the first thing out of the vault.
Lawbringer. Looks like you were right.
Burn in hell, traitor.
See you.
Yes, hi AJ.
Defend our assets at all costs.
Yes, Lawbringer over Cannibal.
Because we're playing a good karma character, for crying out loud.
Unfortunately for you guys, I have that gun, so you're all fucked.
And see, one of the best things about this power armor is, while it may not be the strongest one in the game, it has a beneficial bug.
Oh.
They didn't quite figure out how to code the durability on this correctly, so it might as well have infinite durability instead. You will never need to repair this suit.
Nice.
We'll be here. Watch it, local.
You saved us. Simply would have
On the flip side, you will only be able to repair
all the tech. If you need anything, you come see us.
the Gauss rifle via vendors, because there are no other weapons like it in the game.
Oh, I see. You can kill and decapitate your enemies, but it's morally wrong to eat them? Yes.
AJ, do I need to send you a therapist? Or a priest?
Possibly both. Oh boy. We definitely had we definitely had fun in here.
Watch it, local.
Good to see you again. All right.
And now, there's 3 DLCs left.
3?
There's Point Lookout, there's the Pit, and then Mothership Zeta.
What about Broken Steel?
Oh, right. I almost forgot. I tend to just consider it as an extension of the campaign. I never
Yeah.
really thought about it as a DLC.
It is still technically a DLC, even if it is a
So, to be fair, I'm counting the ones you have to actively go out of your way for.
I mean, technically, I have to go out of my way for Broken Seal.
I actively go out of your way for. I define it as walking off the beaten path and not advancing the main plot of the game.
Fair.
And hey, at least if you ever need to fill up on caps again, you have a bunch of suits of power armor just waiting to be looted in here.
Yep.
They may be a bit smelly when you get to them, but they'll be there.
Good to see you.
Though I would recommend taking the power armor suits off of them anyway and putting them in a container so you don't risk them despawning with the bodies.
You know what? That's fair.
Though you can do that off screen. What are your thoughts that DLC games can compete with games for major awards?
Right, the Erd Tree debacle.
I don't even know what any of this means.
So-
So you're gonna have to inform the uninformed.
So the Game Awards this year released nominees for Game of the Year. One of them is DLC for a game that came out last year and won Game of the Year last year.
Okay.
They for the longest time they have had the Game Awards have made it a point to not do remakes or DLC for Game of the Year because it wouldn't be fair. But now frickin' Shadow of the Erd Tree is now a nominee for Game of the Year, and people aren't happy because that's just DLC for a game that came out last year and already won Game of the Year for that year.
Yeah, I can see why people are a bit mixed on this. I don't have an answer, unfortunately. Because sometimes a DLC inclusion could just be a completely separate game.
That's true.
It hasn't happened often, but it can happen.
Dog meat? Hey, buddy. Gonna head back to the outpost, grab what I can. Oh. Shouldn't you be somewhere with a shock stick shoved up your ass? So my personal belief on the whole thing is that the Game Awards should have 2 new awards. Best Remake, Best DLC.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because it would really help with... It would... First of all, it would prevent something from something like this from happening again. Oh, that's what's squirming.
You say that, and I just picture you taking another shot at the body.
Well...
Keep your weapon holstered.
I'm over encumbered. Let's see if buff out will help at all. Or alternatively,
You don't.
I could...
Remember, I said just stack punch it in a container. It doesn't even have to be outside the bunker.
I could also just repair it so it's, you know, in better condition.
Trade-off, less things to sell. Benefits. The thing you're selling will sell for more.
Yep. My strength did not increase. Or my carry weight, rather. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's go find a box. Still want to play the Cyberpunk DLC? Same. I still need to finish playing Cyberpunk. Maybe I'll do that on stream. Okay, I could just leave one armor behind and I'm good. Skeletons. Alright, let's go grab Charon and head on over to Rivet City.
Your distance.
Alright, Charon shouldn't be too hard to find. He was still wearing power armor when I left him.
Hello.
First,
Good to see you.
let's take a look at Riley over here. Dog meat, what are you doing?
I'm afraid she's going to be out
His
for a while.
best.
She's not well at all. Don't worry, though. I'm sure the rest of Riley's rangers will show up soon and take her home. Oh, you must be new around here.
They're a mercenary company that bases itself out of the DC ruins. I'm assuming she's their leader, Riley. What was left of her armor had her name stenciled on it. She was in a pretty bad way when they found her outside Underworld.
Really like to speak with this woman. Please wake her now.
Oh, very well. I'll do what I can. I just hope her body can withstand the strain. Humans are so...
And hey, you get to test out all their new gear on the super mutants.
Yep.
What? Where am I? What happened? How long have I been out?
Oh, it's been centuries. The planet is a lush green paradise once again. Oh. You know what this guy needs? A good haircut. What?
I missed what that was about the planet being a paradise.
It's one of the speech options. She asked how long has she been out, and one of the speech options is, oh, it's been centuries. The planet is a lush green paradise once again.
If only.
Not long.
Right.
Not long,
Can't
fortunately.
remember what I was doing. Wait! Oh shit! My men! My team! What happened to them?
I don't think you're in any condition to be up and about.
That's not the way I do things. Do you have any idea what it would do to my reputation if word got around that Riley of Riley's Rangers was laid up in a hospital bed?
Heard of you guys. You packed some serious firepower.
You're pretty sharp, kid. We packed plenty of firepower, but that didn't help us from getting our asses into serious trouble. I didn't expect to make it out of there alive.
So what's this about needing help? Tell me the whole story.
We were mapping the Vernon Square part of the downtown ruins and got jumped by a super mutant ambush party. Usually it isn't a problem, but this group was bigger than usual. We fought our way into Our Lady of Hope Hospital, hoping to find cover.
Let me guess. More super mutants.
You got it. More of the ugly bastards just kept coming. We fought our way to the roof and found a way across to the Statesman Hotel next door. The super mutants seemed driven, like they smelled blood. They kept following us. Once in the hotel, the only way to go was up.
Bad move, I'm guessing.
Very bad move, but we had no choice. On the way, we lost Theo, one of my guys. We were unable to get the ammo case off of his body as we were pushed onwards. So, guns almost dry, we hit the roof of the Statesman.
Did you set any kind of traps or mines?
Actually, we did lay down a bunch of countermeasures. I don't know how many of them have already gone off, though. When I slipped out with my stealth boy, I think I almost tripped one or two of them. Damn near didn't make it out of there at all, come to think of it. Get the Rangers home. Please. That's all I want. I don't care how you do it.
All right. I'll do it.
Whew. I was holding my breath on that one, I think. All I ask is that you hurry. I don't know how much longer they will be able to survive. I also recommend you try and find the body of Theo. Here, let me punch the ammo box code and some better directions into your pip. We have a headquarters not far from here. If you can make it there, you're welcome to anything you need inside. Just punch in. We have ammo. We were mapping the Vernon Square. Eventually, the fight... I left my guys up... Watch yourself.
Hey there.
Somehow I had a feeling you'd be here.
Return. Shall I join you? You're my employer. Assessing threat.
before we head to Vernon Square, there is one place we need to check out. Now that I have the Lawbringer perk. That's a death claw.
And while you are more equipped to fight one now, that doesn't mean you want one.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we've got a ways to go, it seems. Wait, what? I'm not even following the right marker.
Yeah, that happens. For me, whenever I try to set the marker on Megaton, it'll do that.
Freaking weird.
So what I tend to do instead is I try for something in relative proximity. Once I get close enough, I'll check to see if I can actually see any nearby landmarks or where I need to go. I would still get friggin' yelled at by that one sergeant. Mass Effect 2. This game has trained me to eyeball it instead of getting a damn firing solution from the computer. Largely because the computer won't give me that firing solution. Okay, this will be a fun one. So, you have the option to pick what the protagonist mole suit will be for the next Gundam build series.
Well, hello there.
And your
I thought you
options
might be
are
a new
a
recruit.
variant of the O Gundam, not even the Double O, just the original O
I'm
Gundam,
guessing
the one
that
that
you've come
looks
about the
like the
notice.
RX-78,
You know, I've heard about you. You're not
Or
bad people, from what I understand.
the Gundam
And
Age
the
1,
regulators can always use good folks. So what do you
variant
say?
thereof.
You read the notice, and you're here, so I'm
Age
guessing
1.
that you want to ride with us. Am I right? Fantastic. Take this coat. We all wear them. The unrighteous fear the sight of the regulators.
Yeah, I can see
Now,
why.
as for the rest, here's the only thing we want from you. Hunt down the evil, the wicked, and
Not
the
only is
villainous.
it a
Bring
good-looking
them to
machine in
justice.
general,
Bring us
even
their
got used to the
fingers as
spoiler on
proof
the
of
back.
deed. We'll pay
But,
you a bounty for each one.
it's a very versatile one.
Simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Questions?
Which, a versatile underdog is precisely what you'd want out of a pro tag, isn't it?
Yep.
Heck, you could just give him the equipment pins based on the mole suits from Double O, since there's a build universe thing and all, and call it the Gundam Age 1 Nucleus or something.
Back to Megaton to drop some stuff off, and then to Rivet City we go.
Back to Megaton to drop off a Megaton crash.
No.
Oh, it's good to at least be alive.
Hell, I could do it better. It's good to be outside the simulation again. Where are we? It occurs to me that I did that without the freaking soundbite. Oh well.
Oh yeah, before we even go to Rivet City, we gotta go to the Statesman. And I'm not gonna risk these guys.
What do you need?
Wait here.
I shall wait here until you return from me.
Where my Age 1's equipment go?
Hey boy. Alright. They'll stay here at Megaton while I go help the Rangers.
On the note of stuff for the build series, I can at least point this out, folks. In the first episode of Build Divers Re-Rise, you get to see a person using a Gym Sniper 2 carrying a Wing Gundam's Buster Rifle, and I'm just thinking, yeah, that makes all of the sense. The Buster Rifle could absolutely be used as a sniper. Got enough oomph to make it hurt.
And of course we get another crash. That's the second one today.
Just fine. probably one of my bosses. Now,
Wow, these raiders got wrecked. They got riggedy wrecked, son. Alright, Vernon Square. Here we are. Of course! Let's fucking go.
like, just to set this up, imagine, if you will, a Go Fighters Tri-style team of underdogs, where we've got 3 people, but instead of doing what Tri did, where, you know, everybody's covering their own different teams, we really lead into the underdog thing, and one of them's got an Age 1, one of them's got an O Gundam, and another's got a Blitz Gundam, or, sorry, not Blitz Gundam, Dual Gundam, got a Dual Gundam. I got the name mixed up there for a second. They're all basically R78 variants.
Okay, now where? Let's see. It says it's this way, but there's a bunch of rubble in the way, and oh, there's an alleyway.
Hell, I can even imagine what the Age 1's base form will be in this universe. We call it the Age 1 refit, where it is more or less the core body of the Gundam Age 1, but the limbs, thanks to the wear system, are all from the Adele.
I like that.
Something is, the general performance might actually be better with the Adele limbs. Too bad we never saw Flint equip them. To the degree that even even the rifle comes from the Adele instead of the H1.
Isn't the Adele's rifle significantly weaker?
Yeah, but we have the protagonist explained. It was the only one I could find on short notice.
My dog's rifle broke.
Yeah, the attachment that actually makes it the Dodge rifle, someone shot through it. It exploded. So it's either this or beam spray gun. Which would you rather I have?
He had an Exodia moment where someone took his best weapon and just got rid of it.
For a naive protagonist, that fits way too well.
I'm still angry about that. It's been well over 20 years. I'm still pissed that little shit stain threw away Exodia.
I'm honestly angrier at Yugi for, like, okay, I get it. It's a character flaw. He's a little too trusting, especially. But you'd think that he'd treat the Exodia cards with the same reverence he treats his grandpa's Blue Eyes White Dragon. Especially since, as we repeatedly established, that deck was his grandfather's deck. So those are his grandpa's cards. That's not Yugi's Exodia, that's Grandpa's Exodia.
So yeah.
Like, anyone else, literally anyone else, no matter how naive, would go, these are these cards belong to a family member of mine. As eager as I am to show them off, I shouldn't let them leave my hands. And the stuff is, behind the scenes, I totally get why they did this.
Because with Exodia, he'd be too overpowered.
Exactly. They'd have to think of ways to destroy Exodia in every duel, or otherwise make it inaccessible. And you think, yeah, because there's no draw support, functionally, game-wise, Seto had every right to be surprised that Exodia even manifested, because it would never consistently happen. But then we learn what the Millennium Puzzle's true power is by the end of the show, when you realize, yeah, good call getting rid of Exodia as soon as you did.
What was the puzzle's true power?
Let me put it to you this way. You know how everybody jokes that the Pharaoh cheated in every game he was ever in?
Because he always seemed to get the right card he needed.
That's the puzzle at work. The puzzle manifests the user's will in any given game. It allowed the Pharaoh to will whatever card he needed to the top of the deck when he needed it. So, yes, as much as people are going to boo me for saying this, the Pharaoh genuinely did, whether he realized it or not, cheat in every game he was ever in. I'm willing to give some leeway, because he didn't know much more about the puzzle than little Yugi did. So I have no issue believing that he didn't do any of that on purpose.
Also, like, Pegasus got away with using the Millennial Eye, so...
Yeah, but one, he was a villain of the show, and two, he ended up losing that eye. And three, if you go by the manga continuity, Pegasus died shortly after losing his duel to Yugi.
Oh,
Thank
fuck.
you, Bro.
Wait, Makub? Who killed him?
The spirit in the Millennium Ring took over Makura's body and encountered Pegasus in order to get the eye. And while Pegasus survived in the anime continuity, he did not survive in the manga.
Oh.
And it is that very event that triggered the plot for the Yu-Gi-Oh! R manga. In fact, there's two particularly graphic panels where you see Bakura with the blood-covered Millennium Eye, and Pegasus with his hair covering where the eye would have been, also just slumped over and covered in blood.
Yeah.
Which, kudos on the anime team who decided to keep him alive for remembering, oh yeah, that eye is missing. So, in the movie, when Pegasus is basically boasting, I don't have the Millennium Eye, but I don't need it to beat you, Kaiba boy. The camera cuts to behind Pegasus as we see him brush the hair out of his face, and Kaiba actually looks horrified to see where the eye used to be. Yeah, Pegasus just straight up freaked Kaiba out with a missing eye bit.
Not that I'm a gun critic, but why's your gun look off? Which gun? This gun or the one I had when I was stuck in the entrance?
Hello? Now try and hide from that! Wait!
Without going on another long-winded rant, I'll keep the Yu-Gi-Oh! R thing brief. So we would find out in the manga continuity at the very least that Pegasus pulled a very Gozaburo Kaiba-esque move and did in turn adopt some orphans of his own, training them to take over his company when he passed.
Okay.
And thankfully, from the way the kids we meet in Yu-Gi-Oh! R act, even without the whole crazy plot they've got going on, you learn quite quickly that Pegasus was a much better father than Gozaburo ever was. And you can genuinely feel it. Pegasus did love his kids. And in fact, Pegasus had a very particular view on the idea of perfection, which led him to actually choosing not to have the so-called perfect duelist among his kids take over the company. If you are perfect, you have no room to grow. And the games industry is not one for the stagnant.
That's actually pretty smart on his part.
It is. And now I bring us back to the present day of that particular time. This would have happened between Battle City and Millennium World. So, I guess you could consider this the manga's equivalent of the Waking the Dragons filler arc. Only instead of 3 mystical dragon cards and the Seal of Recalc, we have the 3 Jashin, otherwise known as the Evil Gods. Named the Wicked Avatar, the Wicked Dreadroot, and the Wicked Eraser, respectively, for Ra, Obelisk, and Slifer.
Okay.
The story goes that Pegasus created these cards as a potential contingency plan if the God cards would ever fall into the wrong hands and start causing havoc. Or should Yugi have already had them by the time he had to duel Pegasus to Duelist Kingdom?
Can I just say I love the fact that he was so worried that if 3 cards that were part of a children's card game fell into the wrong hands, things would be so bad he would have to make countermeasures in order to offset what would happen.
Like, context of the universe be damned, that's just funny.
Yeah.
In context, it makes all the sense in the world. But out of context, it just looks ridiculous.
That's like saying, like... that's like saying that the company that makes Pokemon cards made a bunch of countermeasures for the 3 legendary birds.
Or a bunch of countermeasures for Mega Rayquaza.
That too.
So, yeah. The thing with the Jashin, the evil gods, yes, people refer to them as both of the same bubble, basically every time they are mentioned. The thing with them is that, being mirrors to the Egyptian gods, their abilities are also likewise mirrors to those of the Egyptian gods. Except, at least in the manga universe, they are hilariously petty. At least in the case of the Wicked Avatar, it's hilariously petty. Now, I specify in the manga universe because the actual IRL versions of these cards, I did have all 3 at one point. Those got traded away or lost. In the case of the Wicked Avatar, you know how with the Winged Dragon of Ra, you can feed all but 100 of your life points into it in order to make it overpower any other monster on the board?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the anime and manga, it's all your life points save 1. Well, likewise, the Wicked Avatar does something very similar. It is a mirror of whatever's on the field, and will match the attack points of the strongest monster on either side of the field. And in a manga's case specifically, exceed it by just 1 point.
Ooh.
If you have a blue eyes dragon on the field and your opponent has a wicked avatar, that wicked avatar will jump up to 3,001 attack points in the manga.
Dud removed AJ is like a false password.
It basically means that a password that would have been wrong was taken out.
Yep.
But yeah, in the actual card game, it exceeds that point total by 100. So it's 1 in the manga. With this example I set up, it would be 3,100.
Okay.
So you get the idea there. The other herd evil gods have similarly mirrored abilities to their characters, but honestly I couldn't remember them off the top of my head if I tried. Not without grabbing one of the books off the shelf.
Wait. AJ, what are you doing? Oh.
He can't type faster than your selection, so he's trying to keep track of the passwords that failed. Because remember the advice I gave you last time you were hacking these things?
Yeah.
I think he's figured out that method too.
Rad suits, 1 of 8.
So... Alright, go ahead.
No, I just... Striking. 1 of 8 correct. Okay, so either... S, T, R... or I. Doesn't look like it. Salvage.
Not supplies either.
Well, we got... It was salvaged. Salvage.
So, finishing my train of thought here. We meet 2 of Pegasus's adopted boys,
Thanks, AJ.
both of whom have the surname Tenma, which, hooray, basically Pegasus in Japanese. So, while the one deep perfect is trying his best to help Yugi and his friends stop this plot, the quote-unquote imperfect one is using the power of the evil gods as well as Ivacorp's solid vision technology with the intent of pulling Pegasus' soul out of the ether and forcibly downloading it into a new body. They thinking this would somehow get him free. Or, if nothing else, get his father figure back.
And you said you labeled them as what, the perfect and inferior ones?
The perfect and imperfect ones.
Imperfect.
The imperfect one only heard Pegasus call his brother perfect and basically stormed out before getting the contact.
Okay, because like I was about to have a Metal Gear Solid flashback between Solid Snake and Liquid Snake.
Credit where it's due on Seto's part, though. The instant he heard somebody in Japan was messing with the type of the Solid Vision stuff, he immediately hopped on a jet to return from America from whatever he was doing and take on the intruder himself. And he almost won.
Ooh.
Yeah, he took on the imperfect brother in a duel and very nearly won. Had it not been for the dice deciding to roll a nat 1 at the last. God.
It's funny because I remember, I believe, between Solid Snake and Liquid Snake, one of them had the inferior genes, the other had the superior genes. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
So, while you're thinking of that, whose body did they decide to cram Pegasus's mind into when he was revived? Well, it wasn't just gonna be anybody. No. Because the brothers were tricked into thinking it was Yugi who killed Pegasus. It had to be somebody whose loss would hurt Yugi the most. So they picked Taya.
Oh! Oh!
Which, even in universe, they acknowledge this is kind of weird. It should be noted that they almost succeeded. And probably would have succeeded had, one, Yugi not won the final duel, and two, Pegasus basically takes one look at everything once he's there in spirit and decides to just walk away.
So, with Metal Gear Solid, Liquid Snake believed that he had the inferior genes compared to Solid Snake, who he thought had the superior genes, but it turns out it was the opposite. Liquid had the superior genetics, whereas his brother Solid Snake had the inferior. Guess who won?
I'm gonna assume it was nobody. They fought to a standstill.
It was Solid Snake. He beat
That would have been my second choice.
He beat his genetically superior brother.
Yeah, I'll be honest. My initial impulse was to say Solid Snake because he was the tag of the game. But I figured, no, give it a chance and say nobody. And that way, you're wrong either way.
The inferior clone. I'm so behind on the story arc of Metal Gear. How much time you got?
How much time do we have? We're at an hour 42.
What was the last Metal Gear game you played?
I love that your response to the question is how much time you got, and my response to that is how much time do we have?
Oh, 4?
Because while I may not have played the Metal Gear games, I'm still aware enough of how convoluted the story gets that it's going to take hours.
So there wasn't much that happened after 4. There was Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which you had Metal Gear Solid 5 and Ground Zero, but never installed it. So Ground Zero and 5 were sequels to Metal Gear Solid 3 and what was the other one?
Cue the image of a big one getting comfy in a cat bed with a smile on his face, waiting for the crazy shenanigans to begin.
Right. So, Ground Zeroes, the Ground Zero, MGS 5 Ground Zeroes, and MGS 5 Phantom Pain. They take place after they're sequels to MGS 3 and Peace Walker. So basically, after the events of MGS 3, Big Boss, Naked Snake, decided to try to create a country without borders in creating
Snaketopia. I know that's not actually the name, I'm just making a joke.
Militaires Sans Frontières.
Literally, military without borders.
Yep. Yeah, those two were good too. Naked Snake decided to try and create a country without borders with, an army without borders. Creating a private military company with help of Kazuhiro Miller and a handful of others. During the events of Peace Walker, he would end up meeting Otacon's parents, actually, mother and father, and a handful of other people that would change the direction of Big Boss's life. By the end of Peace Walker, they were able to stop I think it was the Patriots. I think that's what the villains were called. From framing them for some bad shit by stopping a Metal Gear that they had prepared, while also taking out 2 spies that they had sent. One was a scientist, and the other was a young woman disguised as a foreign exchange student who was all about peace. Her name was Paz. After that was the events of Ground...
It was right about things getting hideously overcomplicated. Woo!
Oh, I mean, this is as simple as I can make it.
I know it is. That's what makes us funny.
After that is Ground Zeroes, where after a couple of years, one of their members, this younger kid, I want to say his name was Chico, who had a massive crush on Paz back during Peace Walker. He found out where she was being held by the enemy, tried to save her, got caught himself, and then Solid Snake, of course, or not Solid, sorry, Naked Snake went in to try and save them. And he did. However, this is on the eve of a big military inspection by the UN. As they were heading back, all of Mother Base was under attack by an unknown military force. MSF, the Army Without Borders, was completely annihilated, with very few survivors. Snake was able to get Kaz Miller and a few other soldiers onto the helicopter that they came in on. But they had another problem. Paz had a bomb. Surgically inserted into her body. They got rid of it. But they didn't know there was a second bomb.
You know, I found this bomb in here. I'm not sure what. Nah, just leave it. We'll be fine.
Cut to NGS 5, Phantom Pain, where you play as a newly reborn Snake who has to kind of relearn things from scratch. The game calls him Venom Snake because he's lost a lot of the compassion that he had over the last couple games. They rebuild Mother Base as Diamond Dogs and try to get revenge against the people that ruin their lives. The plot twist, and I'm cutting out a bunch of shit, but the plot twist is that you were never playing as Naked Snake during the game, during Phantom Pain. You were playing as the doctor that had helped Big Boss remove the bomb.
What a twist!
He was surgically altered to look like Big Boss. Yeah. Which, you may be wondering, why? I can tell you why.
Because they were bored.
It was actually to fix a plot hole with the very first two Metal Gear games. Because in Metal Gear 1, you fight Big Boss. Right? You stop his plans and you kill him. However, in Metal Gear 2, you're fighting Big Boss again. As if you didn't kill him already. MGS5 answers that plot hole by saying there was a body double the entire fucking time. The one you kill in the first Metal Gear game was Venom Snake. And as far as story goes, that's pretty much it. That, like, because of everything that happened between Konami and Kojima, there hasn't really been any new Metal Gear stuff since 5. There was Survive, but that
The less we talk about that, the better.
it doesn't even really have anything to do with the Metal Gear story. So there are technically 5 snakes. Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, Solidus Snake, Naked Snake, and Venom Snake.
There are 5 snakes. There's 6, damn it! There are 5 snakes.
There is no war at Mother Base.
Of course there is. I saw it just outside. There is no war at Mother Base.
There was also like a shit ton of cut content from MGS5 because the game is technically unfinished. Kojima didn't get a chance.
Aren't most games these days?
Well, yes, but Kojima was fired before he could finish the game. It was in enough of a playable state that they were able to release it, and for what's there, it's really good. But there isn't really a... I mean, there is kind of a proper ending, but it also just kind of comes out of left field.
It's almost like they should have let Kojima do his damn job and finish the game.
Well, from what I understand, it was costing Konami too much money.
It's a company. Any money is too much money.
But yeah,
Is it sad that the only thing I really know about Metal Gear is the freaking chicken hat?
oh yeah, the chicken hat. So, there was supposed.
It's basically a way of mocking the player for being the game gear. And that's basically it.
So there was gonna be a lot. There was a lot of cut content that they make into the final game. There was a mission involving Eli, aka the future Liquid Snake, piloting a Metal Gear, trying to kill Big Boss. But again, that didn't. We only got snippets of that through a DLC pack.
So yes, the game makes fun of you for not meeting its standards by putting a chicken hat on your head.
Also, Chico was supposed.
That is literally the only thing about Metal Gear I know. I don't even know which game it is.
Chico. Wait, have I gone quiet? Testing. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
I'm over here.
Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah, no, I was like really quiet. Because I kept trying to talk about some of the cut content and you kept talking over me.
Whoops.
What I was trying to say is like Chico was supposed to come back in the game as like this psycho soldier. and you can find concept art for it. But unfortunately, it never made it into the game. It would have looked fucking sick, though. I can tell you that much. But yeah, without getting too much more into MGS5, I'll end it there. Essentially, yes. It is complete and finished. With the last entry chronologically being Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Also, hold on, let me. There we go.
Don't screw with this center.
Nanomachine, son!
That's about the only other thing Metal Gear I know.
I have a dream. My favorite.
Armstrong was just all kinds of cheesy.
My favorite bit about that. Oh boy. Okay, first of all, AJ, no. Zelda is... The way Zelda works is that there could be, like, infinite... Well, maybe not infinite.
Because, like, ignoring all the bullshit about the supposed timeline, it is not one continuous story.
Zelda is Unico? The fuck does that mean? Alright, hold on a second. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Alright. The last unicorn, driven out of heaven to forever be on the run for all eternity. Okay.
Whatever.
I don't think this is the right way.
Are any of us really taking the right way anymore?
Good question. Probably not.
So as long as we're talking about, like, overly complicated war stories, here's a development history of one of my favorite one-year war gyms. So the Gym Striker was developed largely to be a close combat force on the ground, as opposed to the way the Gundam Pixie was designed, The Jim Striker featured heavier armor and an overabundance of thrusters. And while it was produced in limited numbers due to cost, it was very effective. In fact, a vast majority of the twin beam spears produced by the Federation were used by these things.
I imagine, because I don't think there were many units that actually used that weapon.
There were some that weren't Jim Strikers, but they were few and far between. As far as armaments go, the Jim Striker lacks head Vulcans, instead featuring heavier armor and reinforced sensors. The added armor all over the machine is basically reactive armor that is hers via weak explosives weak enough to not do any actual damage to the mobile suit when the armor itself takes enough of a hit. There is a beam saber on the backpack, the singular one, and if the machine isn't equipped with a Twin Beam spear, you typically see it with a standard ground-type Gem/ground-type Gundam machine gun, though some have been seen with the Gym Command's beam gun. And then there's the shield. You know the shield the ground-type Gundam, the Easy-8 have?
Yeah.
Imagine that, reinforced with more armor layers, and with a pair of extending pile bunkers attached to the bottom.
Ooh.
This shield was designed to be just as much an offensive weapon as it was a defensive measure. It had thrusters all over its body from a more efficient, maybe not efficient, but more powerful backpack, and thrusters in the feet and legs. This thing was meant to be a mobile force to be reckoned with on the ground. And when it proved to be so efficient, when it proved to be so decent on the ground, the Federation's like, it's so nice, we should use it twice! Let's mod it for space combat! And so a second, newer backpack is created, replacing the singular beam saber with a pair of them.
Gonna head out, talk to you guys later. Bye, AJ!
See ya, AJ. So yeah, we've got two beam sabers of a completely different model. I'm forgetting the name off the top of my head, but they could switch between saber mode and axe mode. They could be anything from beam daggers to beam sabers to beam axes, which was like really neat. Aside from that, the majority of change here was the space-adapted thrusters. They would refer to this unit as the Striker Custom. Or Jim Striker Kai, I think it was. Yeah, Jim Striker Kai. The Striker Custom was taking that unit and replacing the head with a Gundam head. Overall, the performance was increased wherever they could manage, but largely the Gundam head was for two purposes. Even further enhanced sensors with the addition of the V-fin, and psychological warfare purposes. As the Federation has proven time and again, they will slap a Gundam head on a gym to freak out Zeon remnants.
Yes, they will.
It works. Like, credit where due, it works. If I were fighting for Zeon and saw a gym with a Gundam head, I just think it was a straight up Gundam.
Yep.
I'd be shitting my pants.
So would I, honestly.
And that, more or less, is the end of the lineage of the Gym Striker. Ending with a pseudo Gundam. Whether or not the Striker custom actually qualifies as a Gundam because it wasn't just the swap of a head, but it was an overall increase in performance, it's a Hazel situation all over again. For my money, I still think it's a Jin with a Gundam head, but I won't begrudge anybody who says the Striker custom is a straight-up Gundam.
Fair enough.
I hope I use the phrase right. Basically, I mean, I won't call them wrong.
Okay.
One thing to note about the Striker custom is that this is probably the first time a Jim had officially outdone the original RX-78 Gundam in terms of performance. At least as far as ground units. And we all know that as far as space combat was concerned, the moment we hit that threshold was development of 2. Jim Sniper 2. Bah! Striker and Sniper, too similar.
All we need is a alternative version of the gun tank. And we would have an alternate universe Gundam squad. Or Project V. With the Alex Jim Sniper 2. And whatever alternative version of the gun tank we could think of.
And honestly, even with the Jim Sniper 2 in mind, there are other options. There's the Gun Cannon 2, there's the Jim Cannon. I think they kept using gun tank models at least until Zeta.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna save
Give me
it.
time, we'll find something.
We're gonna save and end it here.
Jeez, 2 hours, 12 minutes already.
Yep.
Today's been a fun one. Time just zoomed by.
Oh, hell yeah. So, thank you all for watching. This has been Vegas Fair 92.
And Mekon.
And as always, if you enjoyed the stream and like what we do, Feel free to support us through donations or subscribing to the Twitch channel. Any little bit helps, but times are tough out there, and we understand that not everyone has $20 to throw around. So do not feel like you have to donate or subscribe. We're all broke down here, Georgie. You can support us in other ways, such as simply watching the stream here on Twitch and liking the channel on Twitch, which will grant you access, following the channel on Twitch, which will grant you access to my Discord if you want it. On the YouTube side of things, you can watch the videos and the streams over there, as well as like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as that's where all our streams go as VODs once we are done. That being Vegas Bear, capital V, capital Bear. And then finally, word of mouth. Help get our name out there. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your other friends.
Hell, tell your enemies.
Tell random
Maybe
passerbys.
actually show them what a good time looks like.
Tell random passerbys on the street. Maybe don't do that.
Tell your pets. Who knows?
Also, sharing the streams, the videos, and the Twitch clips, especially the Twitch clips, because those are some of our funniest moments.
And we're very proud of them.
Yep. So, once again, thank you all for watching. There will be no stream tomorrow because D&D. So, we will be back on Monday with more Resident Evil 1 Remake. So, until then,
Stock up on healing items, folks.
stock up on your herbs and your first aid sprays. Stay safe, stay comfy, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.